So I had good rain all of yesterday. I got back from a work trip on Thursday night, and I kind of wanted to plant out all of my seedlings Thursday night, but I was too exhausted. So I just planted everything out yesterday. Whatever these flowers are blooming all over the place. That nice blue one is still there. The apple tree in the front is blooming now, so it's not just this one. Who are you? Hope you're not a mosquito. So I planted everything out yesterday and left these buckets. It looks like it probably rained like 1.5 inches yesterday, maybe more, because I left these to fill up water at like noon, and it had already been raining for a little while, so we got some decent rain. Easter baskets are on sale at the grocery store for 90% off, so I picked up a few, and I in the containers that I had my seedlings in, so I separated out stuff inside before I got out here in the rain, so it'd be a little bit easier to place everything where it needs to go. So I had the tomatoes in here, and I put the cucumbers and leafy greens in there. That one had tomatillos. So this Quincy still hasn't done anything. The company that I always get my trees from is good about giving you a refund if stuff doesn't really bud out and leaf out by August. I mean, I thought everything looked alive, but maybe not. Is that branch even? Yeah, it's attached. So, I mean, it has these little fuzzy guys all over, so I was thinking that there were buds on it that would actually do something, but it hasn't yet. So, I mean, I'll keep watering it, right? And hoping for the best. But everybody else has leafed out. So that cherry's almost done blooming. It has a lot of cherries that set on it. The apple looked like it's doing great. I put calendula in it with hopefully all of the pink dandelions. All of the seedlings that I put out in the garden, I kind of left the paper rims of the paper pots that I had created sticking up out of the dirt, hoping that that would stop cutworms for going after it. So we'll see if that actually helps or not. So I put watermelon, melon, that might be a melon, that might be a squash, tomato, put some tomatoes over there, some more melons around the edge. The leafy greens I put over in that bed over there. I pulled out some oregano, so that oregano was over there where that tomato just went. I needed to rip it out. I probably need to pull out more of this oregano here to make some more room. I mean, it's sort of in the way, but later today, hopefully once my joints get moving, once I get warmed up, I go through and harvest all the oregano tips there, and I'll dry them out on my counter inside to have some oregano in a jar inside, like a normal person. Spices. Maybe I should move some of this dirt that's on top of the dandelion leaves, but well, I'll leave it for now and maybe move it later. So a lot of these had dropped their seeds while I was away for work, so I tried to pick up as much as I could and just kind of chuck it around the yard. So hopefully I have the pink dandelions blooming inside of the lawn too. I got my horseradish roots. There were 2 of them, so I planted them into here. I need to put that green tulle over this pot. I do have some tomato cage that was left by the last people that lived here, so I'm thinking I'm gonna shove it into this pot because the horseradish roots are right here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna shove it into this pot and then cover it with tulle. Might not. Might be overkill. I just put the tulle on. And that red potato that was sitting on my counter, the white potato with the red skin, is in that pot over there. I actually saw some white potatoes in the sale stuff at the store yesterday when I went. That had started, so they were on sale, right? Because they were getting rid of them. And I thought to myself, oh, I should pick these up and plant them in the pots. But then since I have such bad luck with potatoes, I don't know if I actually should. It might be a waste of space. So instead, I'll just, go with the original plan inside of these pots to just do peanuts, pretty much. Peanuts and the potato slips. So I got an email earlier this week that the potato slips we're going to ship end of May, early June. I'd forgotten exactly which ones I ordered, so it was 6 red Japanese sweet potatoes. So I might put 2 per pot because I have bad luck with getting them grow or doing anything. And set out a couple more pots because I have room for one more over here, right? One more over there and another one over here. I guess I have enough to put 1 per pot, but I don't know if they'll actually grow, right? Because I'm bad at them. So my chives are blooming nicely. I don't know if I'm gonna harvest any more right now because I still have plenty in the bag in my freezer. Strawberries are all going bonkers. Like I said last time, they have strawberries all over. This rain will help make them nice and fat and juicy. Yesterday I was walking around, I accidentally stepped on one. I'm sure there's even more that I accidentally stepped on, but that one was kind of cat-faced anyway, so it's fine. My nice lettuce, and I think it's more lettuces that are started over there, which is good. I actually think I have a red lettuce started over there, like right there, because it has kind of the red flecks on it that lettuce that I was growing last year had on it. So I'm glad some of it reseeded and I didn't dig all of it under when I was mixing compost in. What else? So those aren't all melons around the edges. Some of them are kind of squashes or pumpkins. Trying not to fall over here as I tiptoe through. Move that saucer because I moved all the chairs out of the way so all this stuff can have sunshine. I put the ooh, I have a worm going for a walk. So I put all the basils, and that's the beet leaf chard. That's, I think, maybe radicchio because it was nice and red in the middle of the winter. There's okras, tomatoes, and I know usually people bury tomatoes a little bit deeper, but mine aren't too tall. And then I wanted to keep the cutworms away, so hopefully it works out well. Oh, I hope I didn't completely bend and kill that purple basil there. Hop over here and see. Is it okay? Yeah, it's okay. It's just not standing up. Okay. So it's all sorts of basils and melons, and I'll dig in some more dirt after they get a little bit more established and the stems are a little bit more sturdy. Still have to figure out what this thing is. I swear it's something that I planted, but I forget what the name of it is. It's like miner's lettuce or something. I'm leaving the carrots be. Where's that lettuce? I think that's that lettuce because it has red spots on the leaves. We'll see, right? I'll leave it. Nothing's growing there right now. And there's that quote-unquote bloody dock that never grows because this sorrel gets so big. And you know what? I pulled the bloom stems off of this like 2 weeks ago or something. And then they're ridiculously 2 or 3 feet tall already again. So maybe I gotta pull those off because I gotta pull the bloom stalks off of the rhubarb again. So hopefully as these guys dry off, they perk back up. Hopefully all this good water will help make my gooseberries nice and juicy too. Asparagus is nice and strong. I don't know if you can see that over there. It's the kiwi. I have a couple more kiwis coming because I had ordered a couple more different cultivars of the cold hardy kiwis from online. One that's from like the border of North Korea and China. It's called Changbai. It makes kind of double kiwis, which will be interesting, and then a male kiwi to go with that one in anticipation of getting that yard construction done. So I'd put the Oh man, seems like they grew feet overnight, these peas. So I left that sunflower, for better or worse. And I put cucumbers, I don't know if you can see them, in the middle of these rows here. So once they start climbing, hopefully they climb their way out and start growing all over this trellis. And the tomatillos are over here, and then the ground cherries are there. And that's one of those is that Italian zucchini, the others are pumpkins. And I'm thinking, because of the cutworms, maybe I should start my galaxy beans and loofah gourds also in pots inside. So I'd have to prep that today, because they don't really go out till it's way warmer. So maybe I'll start those inside right now, after I could move sometime this morning, right? Because the cuckoozy gourds that I'd tried to plant didn't do anything. They didn't come up. And it's been about a month and they didn't come up, so that's not good. Look at those strawberries. So that oregano, actually, I'm giving away to the neighbors. It's kind of a decent ground cover, and it's attractive when it blooms. It's pretty and it smells nice and it tastes good. So maybe I'll spread this one around the neighborhood and everybody will have it growing. It'll be nice. Should have possibly pulled up more, but I was kind of falling all over the place and barely got this much up yesterday. So all of the soil that I backfilled for what I pulled out there is actually pots that didn't sprout because I used the newspaper pots, right? So I just kind of mushed everything up while it was really wet from the rain. So that's all just potting soil and newspaper pots that I backfilled with that. So if I pull up any more of that oregano, because well, at least in this bed I mixed in a whole composter worth of compost last year. So maybe it doesn't need more compost, but if I pull it up out of the other bed, it probably does need a little bit of compost. So I'll need to backfill it. I guess I could take more of that bag dirt and fill it in there though, because I got a couple bags that I had ordered online. I wonder if that on the neighbor's fence over there, little black guy hanging off of the fence, isn't another chrysalis from these swallowtail butterflies that I was feeding with all of my carrots last year. That would be pretty exciting. I see the first one that hatched flying around when it's a nice sunny day, so I think they stick around, which is great. I mean, why wouldn't they, right, if there's a food source here? So not only am I keeping the carrots for me, so those are kind of the second year purple carrots, so hopefully they grow bigger, so I'll have even more carrots. But I'll have blooms for some more seeds too. And they turned out well. You know, I thought they were mixed with Queen Anne's lace, but they're actually like orange and purple and white and yellow carrots and everything. So, and they're actually, I didn't think they would get that big. I thought the onions would be able to compete, but they're starting to shade out the onions, which isn't good. So maybe I should pull out my carrots soon. Or at least some of the carrots. I didn't think I had this much left. I don't know if some of these like actually started over the winter time. They all look like I have a decent root on them, but I swear I didn't have this many last year. Maybe they're so tall because they're racing to start to put up blooms. I guess I'll find out once I go actually digging through them. Anyway, so haven't had my coffee yet. Time for coffee. See you all next week.